Sorry, one more time.
Shit grosses you out?
Yeah.
Or don't eat the snails?
Both.
Yes. No.
I've always wanted to try snails, but I know it's going to be gross.
Escargot.
Keep the slimy things
I've
out
actually
of my
had
mouth.
escargot before, and it's not too bad, but I didn't know it was escargot at the time.
The slimiest thing I've ever had, I think, was oysters.
Okay,
And no thanks.
how about this? What's the weirdest, like, meat that you've ever tried? Like, most exotic meat?
Cow tongue.
Cow tongue?
Yeah, it was fucking delicious. I had it in
Yeah.
a taco, so they cooked it just right. It melts in your mouth. It's fantastic.
I've heard that beef tongue can be really, really tender.
Oh yeah.
Tender.
I think the most like rich and exotic that I've gotten is foie gras, duck liver,
Oh yeah.
Interesting.
Goose liver.
goose liver. Yeah.
I thought you were talking about like a martial art.
I mean, it can
Muay Thai.
it can also be
Krav
duck liver, but it's usually goose liver.
Yeah, and escargot also, but
Yeah.
I've only ever had those with my rich lawyer uncle.
Oh, neat.
He tricked me into eating the escargot. I didn't know. So
Isn't
yeah,
that how it goes?
Yeah.
Most lawyers trick
like I
you.
was probably like I want to say I was like 11 or 12.
I'm glad he doesn't perpetuate the stereotype.
I was like 11 or 12, and me and my family met him for dinner at like a hotel, and he always stays at like the super rich fancy hotels in Dallas.
Oh, like a comfort inn.
like the one that's haunted that has the like.
Oh yeah.
But he was we went there to dinner, and he ordered escargot, and I was like, "What is that?" He's like, "Here, why don't you try it?" And I ate it. I really liked it, and then he ordered me like 3 more orders of it, and then after I had finished eating and I ate all of it.
He was like, objection.
Guess what? That's snails. And that's when I was like, that was pretty good.
I mean, that's
Oh,
honestly a good way to do it for
It
most
is.
people. Because objectively, things are probably better than you think they're going to be in your head. If you like psych yourself out and you're like, oh, this is gonna be gross, then it's not gonna taste as good. Because the brain is powerful.
It's true. That's why most people can't eat like sushi.
That I was about to say, sushi's the one exception because the sushi rolls, like you have to try the first one at free will. Like it's got to be a California roll, and you either like it or you don't.
Yeah, that's true. Sushi's very polarizing.
Anyway,
I haven't really had that many exotic meats. I think the most recent thing was when I had this black tuna steak where it's like lightly seared and like it's basically raw. I had that when I went fishing.
Dude, raw tuna,
And
if
it
it's really
was-
well cut,
It was amazing.
is in the words of our dear friend Matt, it is meat butter. You're welcome.
It's not deliver, it's DiGiorno.
I mean, he is Italian.
Yeah.
It's not delivery, it's demurder.
It's DeJoe.
it's dumb.
It's DiGiovi. It's not deliver. It's DiGiovi.
Have any of you guys ever had gator?
yeah.
No.
You ever eaten alligator?
Yeah.
Never had.
I think
It's
I've
very
eaten
chewy.
gator once.
I really like alligator. Like it's one of my favorite.
Does it sound like that?
Wow.
That
I,
might have been picked up.
I don't know if that picked up on the mic, but Stuart just really let one rip.
Yeah, he did.
That was me. That was not me.
That was your chair
Cameron.
vibrated.
Cameron,
I
you're-
felt it.
It sounded like you had several phones that got texted at once. Just
It scared
But
me.
they were all in your
You
butt.
don't know my life. Prove it in a court of law.
Yeah, go ask your rich lawyer uncle.
we can.
Yeah.
We have it on recording. You open up the door and you're like, "Is there a problem, officer?" There's 2 police officers and like an attorney there, and they're like, "We have a warrant to search your butthole."
Do you let him?
And you read it and like it's signed
legit.
by a judge. It's completely legal. What do you do as a human being? You just
you
just
unzip.
take it?
You unzip. You have to.
you do not have to. You can
I want a
resist.
lawyer.
You can go to jail.
Just ask for a lawyer.
I'm saying, do you? Do you accept the search?
So here's the real question that you're asking me.
Do you let them plunder your booty?
Do you let
Do you
open your butthole to them?
do you let Cassini
Or-
explore Uranus?
Do
Do you let
can I have a second? Can you assuage me a second?
Is that what you're saying? Like they show
Yeah.
up at your door?
at your door?
I think I would rather have it be in the comfort of my own home. than
That's true.
wherever else
Because
they're
if you-
taking me.
If you go to
downtown.
challenge it, they're gonna have to do it in front of a judge.
Yeah, and I'd
And
prefer.
then they're gonna do it in court.
And the judge is gonna be like, "Oh God,
And I would demand a jury see it.
Yeah.
oh you want the opposite."
Also, but if you run, they're like, he's hiding something in his butt. We got to arrest him.
Now
He's
we
clenching. They
now
pull out
we
their
gotta
guns.
get in there.
Now we got to get in there.
Definitely don't send us a video of you putting Pop Rocks in your ear and then pouring water in it so that we,
We
can
don't
show it.
condone it at all, and you shouldn't send it to @BoomTube on Twitter.
That's 3 O's for the boom.
Yeah, 3
Yeah.
O's for the boom. It stands for bored out of our minds. And you're welcome.
Tweet us all your ear holes.
No, don't
It's
tweet
not,
us that.
It's not a good idea.
At
And legally we cannot.
BoomTube.
At BoomTube.
Yeah,
BoomTube
that's
with
where we
3 O's.
don't want you to send videos of you putting weird shit into your ears because we do not condone it.
We are not liable for your
Yep.
actions.
You remember
Stuart's
Eckerd's?
dying right now. By
What's
the
wrong
way,
with him?
Yeah, what
I
happened?
can't sneeze. I'm having a lot of trouble.
he looks like
I'm like that when you're on the verge of sneezing. Hold on. When you're on when you're on the verge of sneezing, I can't describe the feeling, but you
What?
know the feeling, and it's just extended. I can't get rid of it.
They're better.
I just got a picture of that guy.
Wait, no. He like had a mental breakdown. What the fuck happened?
Excuse me,
He,
sir.
like,
Are you okay?
grabbed his head and like shrugged down onto the concrete.
That's because that man has lived his entire life going without a single photo of him anywhere.
Ever taken?
oh,
and
it's like
Spider-Man
his
came out of
religion.
nowhere.
Like he's
Yeah.
like Amish
Uh-huh.
or
It was-
something.
Well, it was a combination of his 2 least favorite things: is getting his picture taken and Spider-Man suddenly landing in front of him at like super high velocity.
Is it the Amish
Exactly.
that can't have their picture taken? Am I correct in that?
If
That
not,
sounds right.
They're afraid it'll trap their soul.
I actually
there's like
have
an actual belief
Yeah.
that like that's
Sacagawea. It'll
is it the
trap,
Amish?
Yes.
Okay.
I've taken a photo of Amish people.
They
I
probably
did
weren't.
it while I was in Colorado.
They probably weren't full Amish. They were probably like only half Amish.
Dude, I'm
Wait,
talking.
were they aware?
No,
Oh,
Dude,
I was
you
high
just-
up.
You just sent
killed
them to hell.
I didn't
Look
mean to.
what you did.
I was taking a picture of the area, and they were walking across the street.
Well,
So they are in my
now,
photo.
how does it feel to own a human soul?
Dude, it wasn't 1. It was like 16
How does it
group.
feel to own 16 human souls?
in my phone.
Yeah.
At least
Yeah.
I'm not alone anymore.
Yeah, Thomas Jefferson. Nah, he owned hundreds.
Oh.
Oh, maybe it was.
That was David Copperhead. He was the most poisonous of all Davids.
David Copperhead.
Yeah, just if you see David Copperhead in the brush, just
Don't you
back
mean
away slowly.
Venomous.
Ooh, homecoming.
We got the
Don't
homecoming
advance.
suit.
I like the homecoming suit a lot.
Me too.
Like if you had a pet snake.
Yeah.
You know, if you were like some kind of soulless monster and you enjoyed the company of reptiles that were incapable of feeling love.
I'm gonna
Stuart
buy
would
you
own
a
a
pet
reptile.
Or
snake
a
for
guy
Christmas.
named David.
A guy named David.
If your name is David and you're watching this, comment and like below
And
tell
change-
us.
Change your name,
Change
David.
your name, your last name to Copperhead.
Or how about you comment like your top 3 favorite names you would change it to, and we'll pick one for you in the next video.
Oh, have you seen that most recent video of Robert Irwin on the late night talk show?
Oh yeah,
Yes.
and like Kevin
With
Hart
Kevin
freaks
Hart
out.
freaking out?
Freaks
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
Did he
it's
freak out
just
for real?
Yeah,
Oh, 100%.
He like gets up and walks away, and he won't come back into the
Oh.
shot, and it's literally just a baby ostrich.
So hey, like, you know,
Oh no, he's afraid. That was a bit that he did.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
legitimately afraid of ostriches.
Yeah, remember the
when,
whole
when he was driving in the car and the ostrich is like right next to the car. They're
I don't
like
remember
going
that.
like
50
miles
miles
an
an
hour.
hour.
I don't remember that at
He
all.
does this face where he's like he's moving his shoulders and he's looking to his side, and he's the ostrich. And he's like looking at you into your soul. Mm-hmm. That would be terrifying.
That's a hilarious bit. Yeah. On his stand up. It's an old stand up.
That's funny. No, I never even.
That explains it.
but no, so you know how I fucking hate snakes? I was sitting in my armchair with my girlfriend on the couch, and she was like, "Hey, you need to see this hilarious clip from from that episode of the Late Show? No,
I
the
don't-
Tonight Show.
It's Tonight Show. That's it. Sorry.
With Jimmy Fallon,
Yeah, it was
where
Jimmy
Kevin
Fallon.
Hart was on it and Robert Irwin. And I was like, cool. I love animals. Robert Irwin's really cool. His dad was a hero of mine. I like Kevin Hart. Play that shit. And she throws it up on the TV. And the like second thing he brought out was a bunch of fucking snakes. And I was like, do you hate me? What did I do to offend you? And she was like, I didn't know. And I was like, you didn't know the animal guy was going to have snakes? Is that really?
Well, yeah, I guess
you didn't think Steve Irwin's son was going to have a bunch of fucking snakes?
Well, that goes for you too then. If you're about to watch a video about a dude who's going to bring out some animals.
I assumed she had watched it.
Oh, okay,
that was my
alright.
assumption.
Did
she? She hadn't watched it.
Oh, well, she should have led with that then.
She was just like, you have to see this. It's funny. Like, just going off of what everybody else had
He did bring out
her.
a spider.
And
Like
the
a
spider
tarantula.
was dope.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't like that.
But, and the ostrich was dope. And the falcon. Falcon was cool.
Cameron, are you winning?
I think so.
Maybe. There's a cutscene,
This
so
fight is
usually
frickin'
that's what
cool.
that means. He's very... I know this is like... No duh, but like...
He's very spider-like.
No, he's very agile. Because spiders aren't really all that agile. They're just kind of quick.
You say agile?
Yeah.
Not agile?
Yeah, I'm American.
Are we about
I
to
say
get into like
agile.
the caramel?
Should we do one of those like word?
Yeah.
Neither one of
word
them
quizzes?
are incorrect. It's just agile is an American pronunciation,
Yeah,
where
but
agile
If you don't
is
say
more British.
If you don't say crayon, you're wrong.
That's absolutely true.
If you say
It is
crown or crayon, get out.
Crayon. There's a Y in there. Crown, you're wrong.
Yeah.
Crayon,
Well,
you're also wrong.
Crayon.
Let's
Yeah.
not beat the crown people up too hard. If you're watching and you say crown all the time instead of crayon, comment below and just you know what, just leave a comment saying like, just explaining what's wrong with you. Like, what
Just
is wrong?
tell us, you know, who hurt you in your life. What sort of learning disabilities you might have.
Or maybe just kind of like clear the air with what fucking barnyard animal raised you. You know? If you comment, if you just leave a comment saying cow,
Did
we'll
you
understand.
just heal while you were punching him?
Yeah, I did. You can
How
do
did that happen?
Oh, that's how you play the game, my guy.
If I were Spider-Man, I'd make people dance like puppets.
Like a marionette.
Like a marionette.
Yeah, I'd beat the crap out of them and then just like.
They're like, my arms and legs are broken.
He's
Stop
like-
hitting yourself. Stop
he's like-
hitting yourself.
Unconscious on the ground on his back, and I'm just making his hand go up and down over his crotch. Like,
Get it? Get it? These fights are always like I'm amazed at how somebody can take like, okay, this is what the hero does, this is what the villain does. What kind of space can we put them in to like make it interesting? Like what kind of, you know, I couldn't design something like this. Like where it's like, oh, this is what you have to do as Spider-Man to bring down the Shocker.
I
Like,
also find it a lot trickier
cool.
to deal with a boss who's the same size as you when you're dealing with such big space. Because, like, it's a lot easier to deal with a boss who's larger. So, like, when you have that adequate space for them, it's almost easier to manage. But when they're, like, the same size as you, it almost could look weird. You know what I'm
Yeah.
talking about? When you're in such a big room.
Like their perspective is off almost.
Yeah, it feels off.
I get you.
But it executes very well.
Yeah. That is an unnecessary pose that he is just showing off that he does yoga.
He's just like, look at me, I'm Spider-Man.
That's some really extra shit.
I don't know, man. Did you see the angle on the his previous web sling? Because it was like below him, and it looked like he was on his upswing, and he had to keep going that direction.
I thought you were just gonna throw that at that police officer's head.
I was going to, but then it didn't do it.
That's fantastic.